What I want to talk about is before you engage in a negotiation, one of the questions you need to ask yourself is how likely is it that we can build trust in this negotiation? Obviously, you don't have the answer 100%, but it's a probability question. So you ask yourself, is it possible to build trust in this negotiation with the other party? If the answer is yes, it is likely, then you can do a few things. For example, you can build trust outside of the negotiation, spending time, socializing, eating, drinking, all kinds of things that builds a personal relationship between the two sides. You can set a positive tone in your negotiation. The way you frame the message will be positive, will show the other side that you have an interest in building a relationship, etc. You can also test trust during negotiations by giving a little bit of information and watching their reaction. In other words, you open the door. Now let's see how they react. Act in a trustworthy way. If you behave in ways that in the eyes of the other side breaks trust, makes it very difficult to build and rebuild trust. Now, as you know, being trustworthy in different cultures can mean different things. That's the challenge. To be trustworthy in the eyes of the beholder. So what does it mean to be a trustworthy negotiator to Indians, to Americans, to Brazilians? That's the question that you need to think about. And that's why we cover trust in session 6. Usually when two groups are negotiating on behalf of their organizations, there is a package of issues that they have to deal with. Whether it's price, service, quality, long-term relationship, reputation, all kinds of things. If you negotiate one issue at a time, you are at the risk that when you're negotiating issue 1, you don't know what's going to be involved in issue 2, 3, 4, 5. That means you may end up negotiating and reaching agreements on issue 1, 2, 3, and that has negative impact on issue 4, 5, 6. So to be safe, what you do is you try to negotiate on bundles of issues, on packages. And always keep agreements tentative by saying, we know this is a complex package of topics, needs, issues that we need to resolve. So we're going to get at it and try to look at the interdependencies among the issues. And we're going to reach agreements on the package of issues. But keep in mind that we could go back and forth. For example, we could agree on, we could reach agreement on issue 1, 2, 3, 4 together, pretty good. But then issue 6, 7, 8 has implications for what we agreed for the first 4 issues. So let's keep it tentative because we may have to go back. If you don't set that stage right from the beginning, and suddenly the other side believes that you've already reached final decision on issues 1 to 4, and now you're talking issues 7 to 10, and you suddenly say, we got to go back to 1 to 4, because what we're going to agree here is going to impact that. That could break trust, unless you have set it out right from the beginning. So these are some steps that you can take when you believe there is a likelihood of building trust in a negotiation. What about a situation where you don't think it is very likely to build trust? And that can happen, you know. In many cases, two entities come together to negotiate. They don't know anything about each other. They have no experience. Or even worse, they may have a bad experience. But for whatever reason, they're now engaging in a negotiation. What are some of the things you can do? Well, again, test trust. Show an opening. Show them that you are willing to build a trusting relationship. Give them information. Answer some of their questions. Clarify things for them. Now, in cases where the two sides start negotiation from low trust position, what usually happens is they start making offers quickly because they want to understand the BATNA on the other side. They want to understand the real needs and interests on the other side. And because trust is low, they can't just ask, well, tell me about what your real interests are. That kind of question doesn't elicit good answers. So the way they try to deal with it is by coming up with all kinds of offers to see how the other party reacts. So there is information in that counter-offer relationship. Sometimes what they do is they offer door number one, here's one package of offers, door number two, another, door number three, another. In other words, they offer a series of multiple, equivalent, simultaneous offers to engage the other side in a conversation. And in that conversation, you will notice, well, what are the real interests of these various packages that we're offering? Which ones are resonating? Which ones is the other side paying more attention to? And that kind of conversation will help you have a better information. Another possibility is contingent contract. So you're telling me that your technology is going to reduce our cost by 10%. And you want us to pay for that. Okay. To be honest with you, we don't trust you. We've done our homework. It is possible that it may give us 10% cost reduction, but we don't know for sure. So how about this? We reach a contingent agreement. If over the next year our costs went down below less than 5%, here's the price. If they went down 10%, here's the price. In other words, the agreement is contingent on some outcome. That way, I don't trust you, but I don't care because I'm going to look at the outcome. And I'm going to pay you based on some facts, some information, some real life outcome that's important to me. Now, if we sign a deal like that, and in 18 months, all my costs are down by 10%, now I trust you. The next time we're going to negotiate, I start from a higher level of trust because you've proven yourself. Whereas the first time, I didn't know you, I didn't have any experience with you, so I didn't trust you. So we came up with a contingent arrangement. So these are some of the things that you can do when you and the other side feel there's very low level of trust here for whatever reason. I want to finish this session with some questions for you. This is really self-reflection. Before you engage in any relationship, in any negotiation, think about these questions. Do you tend to generally trust your counterparts? As you know from session 6, some individuals are more trusting than others, personality-wise. or you've had very positive experiences in previous negotiations, so you're confident and you have trust in the counterpart, or the other way around. But it's good to think about that. Another question is, how comfortable are you asking questions and answering the questions that might reveal or would reveal real interest? Keep in mind, there's costs and benefits to that. So how comfortable are you? And how comfortable are you asking and sharing information about priorities? Your priorities, the other side's priorities. So the last two bullets are about how comfortable you are engaging in a deep conversation, question and answer period, with your counterpart. Some people are comfortable with that. Some people are very stressed about that. Some people just don't know. So the more comfortable you are with these three questions, the better the chances that you will stay flexible and you will stay motivated. And you will do the homework that you need to do to prepare for a cross-cultural negotiation. Thank you.